I'm doing something very, very weird today and unusual. I don't know whether you did a long time ago. Now I have soap on my face here a little bit. But I used to love to watch my grandfather shave. My grandfather shaved with this straight razor. This is a real straight razor. It is a pipe, the original and only genuine pipe razor manufactured by G.O. Westonholm and Son. And anyway, this is a real straight razor. It had broken handles for years. For the first 6 or 8 years that I shaved with a straight razor or with my pocket knife. My pocket knife I always kept sharp enough to shave. Anyway, this was my grandfather's razor. Here a while back I got an idea that I would order a brand new handles for it. They call these scales. And this is a real, what might call horn handle. They made them, a lot of them out of buffalo horn. And I'm going to go and get a couple more straight razors with you. I'll be right back in just a moment. Marilyn's in the background here. I apologize because I should have had all these in here to begin with. Here is another one of my grandfather's razors. It was broken and it had a big chip out of it, and I ground it off gently and carefully, and it still is a good razor also. They came in these razor boxes like this many, many years ago. That was another one. And then here is another straight razor. These are very wide straight razors. That thing's almost 1 inch wide. And it has Masonic symbols on it. I got this not too long ago over here in an antique store in Goldfield, Nevada. Well, these are razors that I've had, most of these razors I've had most of my life. Here is a very special, beautiful razor. It's a Hess Razor, and made in Solingen, Germany. And I had this one for a long time. It is a stainless steel razor. It's a Hess 44. This one here, I have to replace the handles on it. I hate to do it because these are beautiful pearl handles, but they're not very good the way they are. Keep these in here. Now, the modern razors, I have watched a couple of things on YouTube lately, and the barbers always use a razor like this. This is a modern razor with a slip-in. This is a slip-in blade. Now, they use these today. Some of them are a lot more fancier than this one, but I don't use this. I looked on YouTube and I can't find anybody shaving with a real straight razor. This is what you call a cutthroat straight razor. Alright? Now to sharpen these, you have to use an 8 to 10,000 grit stone. Sometimes even 20,000 grit. I should have brought that in here for you to see that also, but it takes a long time to do that and have a mirror finish on the blade. The mirror finish is very important because that means that it's going to shave smoothly and not cut you or scrape you or pull your whiskers out. Now, a long time ago they had razor strops. As you can see, this one here, this is a razor strop. And at the barber's chair, they would always, I would see them doing shaves, and they would always do this stropping like this with a razor. That polishes the edge to where it will shave very smoothly. And I'm doing this. I've done a lot of this in the past. I used to even sharpen and then strop my pocket knives. And so that one should be ready to shave right now. We're going to keep it closed. This has red wood handles made out of rosewood. Then here's my grandfather's razor. And we're going to strop it also. I used to love to go to the barber shop when I was a very small child and watch men get shaves. That was the neatest thing in the world, I thought. A barber, when he went to barber school, had to take a balloon. A balloon you blow up. And he would take this balloon and put this lather on it. See, here is an old style shaving mug. In the early days in the barber shops, a man would bring his mug with his name on it or something, and he would leave it there, and he would go to the barber a couple or 3 times a week and get a shave. Keeping a straight razor sharp is not easy. This here is a pewter cup that I got in 1976. I had my grandfather's shaving mug, but I don't know what happened to it in moves and things. I'm very sad about that. But you can heat this mug up because it's metal with hot water, and you can, and then the shaving cream is hot. Now I'm going to turn around here and I'm going to put some of the shaving cream on, shaving soap. Now in the barber shops, the neatest thing in the world, I always wanted a barber to shave me. I never could get a barber to shave me. For some reason, they give me a shave. They would take a rag like a towel and heat it up. Now I'm going to heat this towel up a little bit here and show you just a little bit about kind of sort of what they would do. And they would put it on the face like that. And leave it there. And actually all they would do is just give you a place to breathe around your nose, and they put it all over your face. And that looks so neat to me. Well, anyway, we're going to do this shaving mug a little more, put some more soap on. And I'll give you a little bit of idea of how you shave with a straight razor. Yesterday I spent about an hour shaving. Very slowly. I shaved down and then shaved up with my straight razor. And my whiskers are not very big. And it shaved so close that my whiskers are hardly out today. But I'm going to use this. I'm going to show you a little bit about shaving with a straight razor. You usually hold it like this. You can hold it like this. You can hold it like this. Now there's one side, and it's pretty smooth. With a regular straight razor, this one's a little wider than I like. Of course, I can't talk when I'm shaving with a straight razor, I can assure you. This is the way it goes anyway. I used to sit there mesmerized watching my grandfather shave. A lot of times in the old days, men had goatees and mustaches. You know why? Because that's exactly the hardest place there is to shave with a straight razor, is a mustache and a goatee. So they would have a mustache and a goatee because they didn't shave that. Shaving the rest of your face is real easy. But shaving a mustache and a goatee is not easy. My boys used to watch me shave with a straight razor. And I'm old and shaky now. But this will give you a little bit of an idea about it. You can look on YouTube and you can see barbers shaving people. They're not using a straight razor. They're using a straight razor, but they're actually using one of these straight razors that has a disposable blade in it. This you have to sharpen. A lot of times you see in the movies, they'll have somebody shaving, have barbecue, this lather all over a guy's face, and he's got long whiskers, and they come in there, and you'll see them underneath his throat like this, getting ready to shave him. Verboten. You do that, you're going to have a lot of lost skin. You have to shave down first. And then you can shave up. I used to love to watch the barbers give these shaves. So far I haven't cut myself. Thank the Lord for that. Yeah, I'm not as steady as I used to be. You always have to clean these old blades really well and dry them because they will tarnish. Always close the blade. That's a very dangerous thing. They call them cutthroat razors for a real reason. You can cut anything with them. Now,
Jim,
I'm not going to. Yes, Marilyn?
In those days, did they have that pencil in case you cut yourself?
Oh yeah, they had a pencil that you used,
they
or they used toilet paper a lot of times, tissue paper, where you would cut yourself. As you can see, I have not cut myself so far today. Now the next thing to do would, yes?
What's the name of that pencil?
I can't remember the name of it right off.
Stencil or
What? All right, well that's a little bit of a shave. Remember, the modern straight razors, which are not the cutthroat straight razors like you see this. Now, it takes a lot of practice to do this. Now, on your arm, we used to do this, but that will just take the hair and you can just shave it right off your arm or your leg or wherever you want to do it. But it's very important always to strop the razor. My razor strop here I've had for about 40 or 50 years. A lot of barbers will have a very narrow blade that they use underneath the nose for the mustache, which is somewhat like this, like my grandfather's. This one is narrow because it's been used. This razor is over 100 years old. These razors take a lot of care. A barber sometimes would send out his razors to have them sharpened, and honed. Now, stropping a razor is something you do every time you use it. But honing that razor and polishing that edge with a slick razor stone, I'll go do that, and I'll let Marilyn sit here in the background for a moment. Now I'm back in front of the camera here again. This is a razor stone. It's like glass. Many razor stones have a coarser side and a smoother side, but this is just like feeling a glass. It's like 10,000 grit. And this is one of my old razor stones. Here is another one that you can see that has two different colored sides. Both of the sides on this razor are like glass. One of them has jeweler's rouge impregnated into it, and you always sharpen a razor. Let me show you how to do that. You go like this and like this, and you do this the same on both sides. The same on both sides. And you also have to keep the razor stones true. You go like that, and it takes 15 or 20 minutes of going like this also. And sometimes I go like this in a circular motion. I'm trying to keep this in the camera. And then like that. And the razor then must be stropped on a razor strop, because it takes off all the burrs and all the edges of that. And I don't know how sharp this is, but I know how sharp my regular razors are. Anyway, you've got a little bit of education on razors and straight razors, whether you want it or not. But a lot of people really like to have a straight razor shave. There are people in the world, even today, many wealthy people, will have a barber come in and give them a shave with a straight razor. You have to have the brush. You have a cup with soap in it, and this is usually made out of badger hair. This one's made out of badger hair. Some of these are really expensive. You can get all kinds of stuff. I like my old metal cup, this pewter cup. It's a Centennial one from 1876 to 1976, or 1776 to 1976, or two Centennials. And anyway, I've used this thing since 1976. I hadn't shaved with a straight razor for quite a while until just lately. I just kind of got the idea that I want to do this again. Well, I hope that this entertained you a little bit. And maybe you didn't get to see your grandfather shave with a straight razor or your father shave with a straight razor. But today you saw the old Indians shave with a straight razor. Thank you, and God bless you.